Hi everyone, welcome back to Nat 2, Natural Alternatives 2. This week we are still continuing with the 90-day hair growth challenge. This is actually week 7. And if you are new to the channel, I want to first welcome you to the channel because we are on a 90-day hair growth challenge, and there have been several topics over the last few weeks. And if you're new, if you want to join in with us, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell for every video that I post. Okay, so we are in week 7, and this week I want to focus on some health related issues that can cause hair loss. I know I've come across so many people that have come to me about, balding, about their hair falling out, and some people have tried everything. I actually have met a dear, sweet lady last night. She said she's been natural for 10 years. When I looked at her hair, she actually had color in her hair, and she was dreaded woman. Her hair was dreaded. Very, very nice lady. Later in the conversation, I found out she was an actual cosmetologist, but she said she just felt like her hair wasn't thriving. And so I asked her, about the color of her hair, and we discussed some topic about chemicals and whatnot. And I told her I'm pretty much all natural, doing everything natural. And so I made a suggestion, and she actually took my offer to try some of the natural oils that I do have for sale on GimmeVitalityProducts.com. But with that being said, she, was an older woman in her 60s, looked like she was in her 60s. So we dug a little deeper as to why her hair is not growing. She said that she eats healthy. She drinks a lot of water. She makes sure her health is good. She doesn't have any problems with her health. And looking at her, I really felt that she looked pretty healthy. Looking at the state of her hair, I did see areas where it was a little thin, but it didn't look too bad to me. But she was just concerned why her hair wasn't growing. And so I told her that, there could be several factors as to why your hair is not growing. In her case, I told her it could be hormonal because she was an older woman, perhaps in menopause. And sometimes when you are going through hormonal changes, you will have some form of hair loss if your hormones are imbalanced. I told her we're going to talk a little further about, trying some things that could probably help see where she is with her hormones. And the only way you can really check your hormones is really basically, go to a physician and get blood tests done. But I want to go over some of the reasons why people are losing their hair, or their hair is just not thriving. The number one thing that I caution people about, if they're really trying to grow their hair long, and especially when they're going through hormonal changes, is to stay away from chemicals. You have to stay away from chemicals. It's just no ifs, ands, or buts. It's a time of life when a woman or a man starts to go through changes, of getting older. Things are starting to decline, and, things are just not the same. So, your hormones can play a big part as to why you could be losing your hair. We have, females have 3 different hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and would you believe testosterone. And if these hormones are not balanced, it can lead to a lot of problems. So, I encourage people to stay away from chemicals. That's the main thing, is stay away from chemicals, especially if you are out there and you're using relaxers on your hair. Sometimes you can probably get away with it when you're younger. When I was in my teens and in my early 20s, yeah, I was able to get away with that. But if I put that stuff in my hair now, I would literally be bald. I would be bald. And I am not going to subject myself to that kind of torture for my hair. So I've been natural almost 2 years, and I try to stay away from chemicals. But getting back to hormones, sometimes it could be hormonal. It could be also autoimmune problems. Like I do have an autoimmune disorder. Causes of hair loss could be, you have a hyperactive thyroid gland, or hypoactive, which definitely would cause some type of hair loss. Anemia can cause hair loss if your body is just not storing enough iron. You're not getting enough iron for those oxygen molecules to bind to. Oxygen is very important for the body. We breathe it. It's in the air. There's nitrogen in the air. And when we are anemic, sometimes we can be starving for oxygen. And the circulation is very poor because the red blood cells, there's not enough red blood cells when you're anemic. The red blood cells basically carries the oxygen to the tissue. So when your iron levels are low, you're going to feel fatigue. You're not going to be getting a lot of good circulation, as we discussed before, that the scalp is very vascular. So if you don't have enough red blood cells because you're anemic, and you don't have enough oxygen carrying capacity because of low blood cells, basically you're not going to get good circulation to your scalp. Therefore your hair is going to fall out. So those are things that can be corrected, going to your healthcare provider, getting iron pills. I don't do iron pills. I've had issues with anemia in the past, and I have found that for me, I like to take something called blackstrap molasses. It is natural. It is something that is loaded with iron, magnesium, and it's not the regular molasses that you use in the store. It's actually something you probably can order online, or you can go to the health food store. Blackstrap molasses. You have to do your own research on that, but keeping my iron levels at a nice steady, my ferritin levels are nice. The ferritin levels are the levels that store the iron. If those reserves, it's basically a reserve for your iron, and if those levels are low, that could be pretty detrimental for you. But yeah, blackstrap molasses is a very natural excuse me, it's very natural to take blackstrap molasses. And I found when I took blackstrap molasses, my hair was thriving big time. My anemia problems were going away, and my hair was just growing and very radiant. So those are some of the few things. I mean, the list can go on and on about why people lose their hair. I mean, stress, we already went over that. Stress can elevate cortisol levels in your body, and cortisol levels actually can cause your blood sugars to go up, and people can actually become diabetic because of being so overstressed, and may not even have any type of hereditary behind diabetes, but yet because their stress levels are so high, all this cortisol hormone is supposed to be, that hormone basically supposed to be something to help you to deal with stress. But when you got so much cortisol that's constantly circulating in your body, that hormone can actually have a negative effect. So in turn, that could lead to a lot of hair loss for you if you're always stressed out. And as I said, you know, stress is just, it's just something that, you know, everybody go through stress in one form or another. And it's just, sometimes we just have to do things to try to minimize our stress, you know. And if you're new to the channel, you can go back to the first video. It's one of the videos that I did about stress. You know, blood thinners, antidepressants, all these type of things can have an effect on your hair. So, you know, these are things that you will have to talk to your healthcare provider to find ways to balance your levels of medications if you are taking medications for high blood pressure, diabetes, heart conditions. I know we did a video on nutrition. I find the best way to deal with any type of medical issues is basically to eat healthy. You know, change your diet. If you have heart problems, you know, try to lower that cholesterol, eat oatmeal, eat things that's low fat, lean meat, not fatty foods, you know, things that kind of can lower your blood pressure, get your heart healthy. You know, all these things play a part, as I always say in all the other videos. You know, yeah, we're on a 90-day hair care. We are on a 90-day hair growth challenge. And, you know, some people might be wondering, well, why is she always talking about all this other stuff? And she doesn't show her hair. She doesn't, you know, she just talks about all these things. You know, I want to see a video with someone with long hair and just showing their hair and showing me how to do it. Well, there are a ton of videos out there that you can see of women with long hair, how to do their hair, how to wash it, how to condition it, how to style it. Very few videos of people talking about health-related issues, stress, all these type of things that play a part. And it's important because what goes on the inside will reflect on the outside. And I don't show my hair at this point because I don't want people to focus on me. I want you to focus on you. The purpose of this video or these series of videos is basically to motivate you to do something. You have the tools. I'm sure many of you have already seen other videos of plenty of the women, but my goal is I don't want to focus on me. I want to focus on you. At the end of the 90-day, I am going to be showing you guys my hair, and it's actually thriving. Given the fact of all the things that could be going against me with autoimmune disorder and all kinds of problems I've had in the past, you know, I probably should be bald right now, but because I've chosen to eat right, I've chosen to exercise, I've chosen to use natural hair products, the same products, not changing to this product, to that product, to that product. I'm using the same products and my hair is thriving. So why am I going to change something and try something different if what I'm using currently is working? And that's another thing I encourage you guys. If you're using something for your hair, 5 staple products I mentioned in the earlier videos, use those, and if they're working, keep using them. Don't give up. Don't change what you're doing, because many people like to use this product, that product, this product, and they find products that work, but yet they continually using so many other different products. And use what works. So that's why I haven't shown my hair. You will see it after the 90-day challenge. And I am going to conclude this video with this. Take good care of yourself. If you have health problems, go to the doctor, get checked out. You can also go to a naturopathic doctor. You know, do your research as to why you feel like possibly your hair could be falling out. Do things, you know, look over my previous videos about stress, about nutrition. You know, I have a video exercising. Look at those things. Be encouraged, because this basically is for you. These videos are for you. I don't want y'all to focus on me. I know after the 90 days when I show my hair, it's growing. It's not I can't say it's extremely long down to my waist, not yet, maybe in another 2 years, but it will be there. You know, the main thing is, how healthy are you? How healthy is your hair? You know, everybody want long hair, but you got to work and do things to get the long hair. But the most important thing, are you healthy from the inside, where it's going to reflect on the outside? So I'm going to leave that with you. And much love to you guys. So I want to leave this with you guys. You know, take care of you and be natural and stay natural, as I always say. Love you guys. Peace and love to all you guys. And hopefully I'll see y'all next week. God bless y'all. Take care.